Hi, I'm Bobby here with TAPinto, and I'm here today with Peter Twill from the Lions Club. Welcome, Peter.
Thank you, Bobby. Glad to be here.
I'm happy to talk to you about the Lions Club. I know about the Lions Club from years ago, but also I work closely in New Providence, so I love all the work that the Lions Club does. I'd love to hear about how you're bringing it back to Berkeley Heights and what is the history of the Lions Club in Berkeley Heights?
Well, to begin with, Berkeley Heights had a very uh, popular, flourishing Lions Club, but it closed in 2016. There was about over 20, 25 members. So my goal is to bring it back to Berkeley Heights. I happen to be a Lion of the Summit, New Jersey club, but I'm living in Berkeley Heights. So it's not that I'm going to leave my Summit club. But living out here in Berkeley Heights, I noticed that it needed to have Lionism come back. And I am being asked by the district, which is about 51 clubs
Oh, wow.
in my district, which goes from Elizabeth, New Jersey, down to Princeton, down to Sayreville. So there's a lot of clubs, but I've been asked because I've been a long time Lion to try to rebuild the Berkeley Heights Club. So I said I would be glad to take it on, and I I knew of some of the Lions, like Dr. DeFabio was a Lion, and
Oh,
he not only was a Lion, but he was received many awards. But unfortunately, we got to talking, and he said, "Yeah, the club just died, and we closed it." So when I heard that, I said, "Well, we need to bring this club back, and it's not going to be easy, but because I we have to get the word back out." But the club closed in 2016 after, well, I forget how many years, but it opened up in 1945.
okay.
So it's been around, and not only Berkeley Heights, but Long Hill Township had a huge club, and the Chathams had very big clubs, and Madison. So in this area, a lot of clubs have closed. So my mission is to rebuild the Berkeley Heights Lions Club, and there's plenty of folks that live out here, and there's no reason why we can't bring it back. So I've had some assistance with some fellow leaders in the community to help me bring the club back.
Oh, good. So, are there, I mean, other than Dr. DeFabio, are there other people that were very active in the club that can come back and at least get it started? And then hopefully, word of mouth, we can get other volunteers that are very much into this type of work.
Well, it's interesting that you asked that because really the only fellow that I knew was Jim from Durco
Oh,
Supply,
right.
and he moved away, so I don't really know where he is. I tried to reach him, but I'm starting pretty much at ground zero
Okay.
because I don't know of any of the other members that who they were, and I can't even attain uh, ascertain that information from international. All they can give me was that they closed in 2016, and so so Lion DeFabio is helping me kind of rebuild it. Now
Okay.
I've spoken to Mayor Angie, and she's given me some contacts in the town. Father Marino, Father JC from our
Little
Little
flower.
Flower is
Yep.
helping me with a couple of parishioners there,
Great.
and so
Well, so
slowly
it's
but
a
surely.
grassroots effort, and word of mouth will bring people together. But why don't we tell my readers what do the Lions do? What is their focus?
Sure. In 1917, a gentleman by the name of Melvin Jones from Chicago had a men's club, and it was just a group of local businessmen that met regularly and had lunch. And they started having their little fundraisers and kind of helping here and helping there, the community. But it wasn't until Helen Keller was at the Lions Club convention as a guest speaker in Cedar Point, Ohio, that she had made mention of um, the fact that there are so many blind people in this country that need help and they're not getting it. Um, so she challenged the Lions at the time, Melvin Jones and the Lions there, to become Knights of the Blind in the challenge against darkness. Now, you and I weren't living back then, but blind people certainly weren't being treated, you know, they weren't mainstreamed. They were having difficulties learning and going to school, and they couldn't read or see, and they just were not treated equally. And it was a very sad situation because nobody really knew how to teach them and what to do. So it was at that point that we took on this mission to help people that had eye vision uh, setbacks.
Okay.
So it was at that point, and it was Helen Keller that got
Wow.
us going. And
Because
now
you
we're
did see
we're
the
into
drop-offs for the donating glasses for
absolutely
through the line.
eyeglasses can be reused. A lot of people don't know that. So we're out collecting eyeglasses and sorting them by strength all over the country, and we're delivering them all over the world to people that
Wow.
need eyeglasses for free. And it's amazing. One of our slogans, be grateful you can see. As you know, you wear glasses, I wear contacts. When you're not wearing them, you really can't read or you can't see distance, and it's a handicap.
Oh yeah, it's a
And
panic. If you don't have your glasses,
don't have your
you can't
glasses.
see.
That's right. So
Exactly.
can you imagine now? Some people were born blind, some people were blind later in life. So to lose your vision and live in darkness, um, well, it's close your eyes for 60 seconds, everybody out there, and imagine what it's like. It's not easy. And you have to, especially if you become blind later in life, you have to really learn how to cope with that.
Hmm. Um, Aside from that part of the Lions, you also are very community driven. I know that from Summit and from New Providence, and hopefully as we grow Berkeley Heights, they are forever service people and volunteers. So I don't know if that is something across all Lions clubs, or is it just because we live in very community driven areas that there is a lot of room for volunteerism.
There's plenty of room for volunteers. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of people that don't volunteer. Now, why they don't volunteer, there's many reasons. Sometimes people just don't want to be bothered. They're tired. They've had a long day. They don't want to volunteer. Sometimes people don't get asked. If you don't ask somebody to help, or if you don't demonstrate to them what's going on right outside their door, like, why don't you come and help us, give away do do giveaways or collect
Mhm.
coats or collect food and see what it's all about. Not only do you get to be out there in the community, but then you start to feel important and you're starting to feel like, hey, you know what? I'm giving back. I had a pretty good life. And you know what? These folks, they don't have coats or they don't have food or they don't have eyeglasses.
Yeah.
This is the least I can do. A few hours a year. It's not a big commitment and it's fun.
And you'll have monthly meetings going forward. I'm assuming it'll be just like your other clubs. And if people wanted to learn more, can they contact you or who should they contact?
I think the best thing to do is two ways. They can contact me at my phone number,
Okay.
908 565 1694, or they can email me, Peter1Twill at gmail.com. And I can get these folks connected right away. Um, the Summit Club holds their meetings once a month. Some clubs do twice a month, like New Providence. And Warren has a big club. They meet twice a month, but we meet once a month for dinner, and it seems to work for the members. We are 29, 30 strong. Um, at the highest point in Summit, we were about 65 members.
Okay.
And at the lowest point, I think we were down to about 12 or 15 because, ups and downs. But
Great.
I'm pretty proud to say that we have a pretty good sized membership, but there's always room for more.
Excellent. And you had mentioned that it was men, but I believe women can join as well.
Oh, definitely. In
Yeah.
1989, the first woman joined the Lions Club of Summit. She was from Fair Oaks Hospital. And from then on, and all clubs, uh, nationwide, worldwide, women became lions. Before that, they were lioness. They were their own sort of side club. They were usually married to lions, and they used to have their own little side clubs. But it was
Okay.
until 1989 that the international allowed women to join, just like other clubs, just like
Yeah.
other clubs did.
I also
Mhm.
see it as in here we're business people. It's also great networking to get to know the people that you have something in common with, giving back.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's really a nice clubs are nice community groups of people that have the same mindset and mission. And after a while, you all kind of become friends
Yeah, absolutely.
most of the
And I
time.
just, I'm not a member of the other clubs, but because I cover events, I feel like I'm an honorary member, and it does. It's a
A friend of
feeling
the
like,
club.
yeah, I'm definitely a friend of all clubs. So, can you tell me a little bit about? I just saw that you're having an event for the Kentucky Derby. You're putting on an event at Mount Carmel. Can you tell me a little bit about that event?
That's our annual fundraiser. We raise a lot of money. Um, We are having it at Mount Carmel this year. We used to have it at Delicious Heights, and before that, we had it at the Summit Elks, and before that, we had it at the Knights of Columbus. So we've been bouncing around. So we're going to go to Mount Carmel because I was just there not too long ago, and I thought it was a nice venue. Um, so we're going to have it there, and it's Tricky Tray, DJ,
Okay.
mint juleps, live streaming of the race. Basically, we put the big TV screen on. We watch the race. We all have a
Awesome.
good time. We eat.
How about the hats? Can the women
You
wear
bring
the
the.
hats?
We don't even ask anymore. People just come with the hats and the garb, and it's a fun night. And after the race, you enjoy dinner. You do a little tricky tray.
Okay.
It's not a late night. It's a fun night.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to hearing more from the Lions and watch the club grow. Thank you so much, Peter, for all this information.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me and interviewing me and letting me spread the word.
Awesome.